morning.
Good
Morning.
morning, everybody.
Another
Yeah,
Monday morning.
so we have encountered major technical difficulties this morning. So I know some of you come on with us on Monday morning, and we'll let you know that we're posting soon. When we post, we'll send you a little text to let you know we posted. But thank you for your patience, everybody. And maybe you weren't patient, that's okay too. I always wonder about that. Thank you for your
Yeah.
patience. It's like, maybe I wasn't patient. So we have a beautiful guest today,
Yes.
somebody who's very, very special to Turning the Wheel and to me personally. Abby, would you like to introduce our
Oh, I would
guest?
be so happy to. I'm so excited we have Andy MacDonald here with us this morning. Andy's been with Turning the Wheel for 30 years. He is a French professor at Bowdoin College in Maine. He's a total theater master, bringing improvisation as a spiritual practice to the Chaplaincy Institute of Maine. He founded an improvisation theater group that ran here in Boulder and Denver for many years, and just a amazing, out of this world being.
Yeah, the Lords of Misrule used to hold 24-hour improv sessions to raise money for people. And
Oh,
I used
so
to go to some of
cool.
those like at 2 o'clock in the morning. They were still going. Totally amazing and funny. Oh my gosh, so funny. And that is one of the great gifts that Andy
Yeah.
brought into my life is humor. And so the very first piece we ever produced, I focused on humor because of Andy's influence. It was a really fun thing to do. It's easy to be tragic and sad. It's much harder to be funny in terms of, messages. So yeah, well, we have a really exciting direction to go with Andy this morning. So rather than starting with our meditation, I would just like to have Abby, you open up Andy to what his orientation is and how he does rituals of well-being, and how you, Andy, how you stay grounded and healthy in the midst of between family and world and our own history and our psyche. It's a challenge right now, so let's go ahead and start there
Yeah.
today.
No, I love that. Andy and I had a beautiful conversation this weekend where we were just talking about what rituals we bring into our daily life for well-being. And Andy was telling me about how for him, especially during the summertime, it's being out in nature and noticing, right? Noticing all the details, the smells, the touches, the sounds. And I wrote this down because it was so beautiful. He said to me, when you step out to meet the world outside your door, it will show up to meet you. And I just thought that was so powerful. So, yeah, would you like to speak more to that, Andy?
I think it's summertime is maybe easier to do that with because it's not as cold, and also actually just like you can be in shorts or you can be barefoot or you can have your arms exposed so you feel more. I was thinking about how I could feel the breeze on my arms today when I was having breakfast outside, and I could feel the breeze on my arms and just how good that feels. So I think summertime, it's a good reminder that the seasons are a good reminder to not take for granted the moment you've got, because and I love tracking the cycle of the seasons, and that's something I've done with Elena. You and I have done rituals and activities together where we've tracked the seasons together, and I know that that's part of your practice and part of the things that you notice as people. And the summer season is one that I mean, I love all of them. So I'm genuinely not I'm not a winter disliker. I appreciate the winter for a lot of things and get great joy out of the winter. However, right now I'm really enjoying summertime and all the things it brings. So I think the conditions of what's happening outside of our houses and outside of our I find it very easy to get out of my story and out of the human stories when I'm barefoot on the grass or when my feet are in the ocean and on the sand or when I'm paddling on the waves. The other day, just Sunday, I had this incredible experience of paddling out on an ocean cove, and we went around an island. And when I got around to the backside of the island, I could see to the horizon, which is the Gulf of Maine, which is to say open ocean. And never I've never had that experience as a paddler by myself of just sitting on the ocean and going, there it is. It's the wide open. And it was a really awe-inspiring moment. And it's much bigger than me. I just feel tiny. And that's that humbling effect of those encounters with the natural world. And it could be the big things like the ocean or the tiny things like a spider web with dewdrops on it in your tree. Those things are so humbling because there's so much going on around us that we're not always paying attention to, and we get so wrapped up in our human stuff that we overlook that. And I think it's really delightful and always helpful when you can tune into it. I never regret a moment I spend looking for those things. Or and like Abby, like that quote that you cited me. Sometimes it's not going and looking for it; it's just stepping out and it comes to you.
Yeah.
But it's also cultivating a state of awareness in yourself where you know when you step out the door that something unexpected or new may arrive, and if you're open to it.
Yeah, I love that. I think we can extend the metaphor in terms of people who don't have nature around them and don't have a door they can step out because of, various physical challenges or that, how you can step out the door anytime, whatever door you're letting hold you in, hold you limited, hold you in a place of fear or confusion or sadness. So, it's like stepping out any door, something new will greet you, something fresh will come in. So I love that. I mean, I think, I love also that you brought in everything from the spider web to the vastness of the horizon, because even within our own little pods that we live in, there are remarkable nature things going on. I was thinking about it last night, just being able to watch the sun go down is a gift from the Great Spirit, that I can see the beauty of that, the colors and the movement and so I love it. Even if I can't step outside, I can still be, I remember Thomas Hubel saying, we are nature. It's not there's nature and here's us. We're not separate from any of that.
Yeah.
So it's like doors. What doors do we want to open, that will allow something to meet us, to greet us? So we want to say more about that, Andy?
I think, Elena, you're talking about. I do, where I am now. I have the luxury of having access to a lot of natural environments that are, plants and trees and water. And if you're in a city or if you're in an apartment where you can't leave, hopefully you have a window. And even if, it could be a door or it could be a window. And to never take for granted looking out the window either. Because and it could be paying attention to something as simple like you talk about the sunset, but if you look out a window, you can usually see something, something going by, and it is that act of directing your attention to something outside yourself as a way to slow down and connect to something beyond yourself. I think that's. And it could be stepping out the door, it could be looking out the window, but the getting beyond yourself to the larger connections, I think is, And that's with the knowledge too that the inward journeys of closing your eyes and meditating and going inwards are also a really beautiful practice, which I suppose is another doorway and another window, right? That you go inside and maybe notice something you didn't notice before within yourself. So it can go both directions.
Yeah, that's really big,
Beautiful.
opening the doors to our own inner landscape.
Yeah.
Because I know that you do a lot of work with breathing, and when you stop and really take a breath and really feel what it's like to breathe in through your nose, through your mouth, fill up your lungs, exhale. When you really feel those things, which is an automatic thing that we do all the time, when you pay attention to all the steps of that process, you notice something new as well. Or drinking a glass of water. If you take the time, it's something that I talk about. I actually yesterday helped Cersei, my wife Cersei, is teaching or facilitating a group of people who are doing a sacred mask making workshop, building up to an event in October that will be a council of all beings, where people are creating masks that are pulling in beings from around the world. Some of them are channeling water, some of them are looking at eels, some of them are looking at bees. It's a large number of things that are coming in to this conversation that'll happen in October. And yesterday I came and I taught them flocking.
Oh,
And we did some one word association and did the 1 to 2 to 3 to 2 to 1 word association meditation group exercise. And it was a way for this group of people who've been working on their little projects kind of together, but the activities yesterday gelled them together. And it was once again that practice of improvisation. And Abby, you mentioned me thinking of improvisation as a spiritual path, and improvisation as a way to be present. And all these things I'm talking about, whether it's how you drink your glass of water, or whether it's how you breathe and the moment you take to really pay attention to breathing, or how you wash your hands, or what you do when you look out the window or walk out the door, that all of those things are opportunities to be present in your body and in the moment. And there's so many pressures on us to pull our attention elsewhere and have our attention led by other people and other forces, that reclaiming those moments for us as total presence in body, in spirit, in the world is it's a revolutionary act, and a powerful act of resistance. I think reclaiming is a lovely word for it. To reclaim our attention and our ability to be present in the moment.
Oh, it's so beautiful. I mean, I think reclaiming is such a powerful part of our journey. And because we have to have lost things along the way. And the Northwest Native American system, there's a belief that the earth holds the things you've lost. And if you just walk through the earth, it will give them back to you when you're ready. You can pause and do the breathing you talk about, and gather up a piece of yourself that's ready to come back, that's ready to manifest. So I love that. And well, let's do a little Thich Nhat Hanh exercise, and then we'll come back and see if we have stories to share from that. So this is about reclaiming our relationship to the earth. And you can do this standing. Abby will do it in the room, and we can all do it in the room, actually. I may just stand up myself, get off the screen a minute. But the idea being that we want to be in relationship to ourselves as we connect to the earth. And so it's a walking meditation. And this is very nice for some people who prefer not to sit and meditate. But I have people who are bedridden. I have people who are in wheelchairs. We have all kinds of different challenges around what does it mean to walk. So I just want to remind us all that this can happen, which is why I'll stay seated as an example. This can be done in your mind. It does not have to be happening since in your senses. It can happen in your spirit story. So yeah, we just begin by really slowing down, which of course is the biggest cue you can possibly give yourself for how to connect to you and anybody else in the earth. We're always on speed, right? So yeah, slow way down. And as you step out onto the earth, you're going to let your foot kiss the earth. So the step is a kiss to the earth, and you just feel that. Feel yourself kissing the earth. As you lift your back foot, a lotus flower blooms under your foot. And so you are planting buttons with flowers. And once somebody said, could it be some other flower? Absolutely. It can be any flower you wish to plant. So it's a sacred flower of love, right? So I reach out with my foot and I kiss the earth. And I lift up my back foot and a flower blooms right under my heel as I reach out with that foot to kiss the earth. So you can see that it's a kind of a slow meditative walk, sending the connection through the flower, feeling yourself really honoring the Mother Earth. Yeah, and for me, a little bit of balance can get involved now too. So notice that and just allow yourself whatever you need to do to be really comfortable with this walk into the light. So as you're doing this, just imagine the light of the stars, of the sun, of the molecular electric field, of the earth, all the light of the waters. Everything is light, light, light energy, just allowing yourself to walk very slowly into the light. So as you're walking, you feel the light beginning to surround your body. And you could even open up your top of your head or your heart field. Bring your hands to your heart if it feels good to you, and let your breath come to your heart, and let the light come right into your heart as you are slowly walking the walk of kissing the earth, walking into the light, the unconditional loving source of positive energy from the universal field. As you feel that light surrounding your body, some people like to hum just softly, just a little hum to vibrate that light all through their body. Maybe you can even feel that lake of light under your hands where your heart is opening and expanding, connecting to the heart of the world. So there's me and my walk on the earth, and there's the connection, my connection to all living things on the earth, folding that love into me and sending that love out to the earth. Yeah, maybe rocking back and forth a little as Andy's doing to just ground all that energy. Feel that sense of I am grounded, I am here. Yeah, I am here. And just slowly making your way back to the room you're in. There's plenty of time. Just look around the room and see what's there. Let your breath be gentle, let your belly be soft. Yeah, connecting the belly to the heart. Great to put your hand on your belly and your hand on your heart. Let those two brains serve, nurture, rejuvenate, love each other. And just feel the nervous system as it relaxes and the heart comes into coherence. Ah, thank you. After all of our technical debacle, that was just what I needed.
That's what I was just thinking.
Go ahead.
Oh, just, it's so easy for me to fall into that place of like rushing and go, 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 go. And especially just with all the technical things, I definitely was getting a little like, oh, 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 we gotta kind of thing. So that was just so beautiful to slow me back down and to take that breath and that minute and to know I don't have to be out here.
And I am grateful for the technology when it serves as a means of connecting us across distances, uh, and the judicious use of it and our choice to use it. And even if the technical difficulty dictates our mood, that's this. Wait a second, is that in charge of me? I mean, I think we're the ones using it as a means of connecting, and as long as we accomplish that connection, we can consider the job done.
I'm just having trouble hearing. I don't want to miss anything Andy's saying. Well, so how was that for you, Andy?
How was that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a familiar practice. I was moving in a very very limited space, so what may have looked like walking back and forth is me taking little steps or stepping side to side. So it's me making use of a very limited space, which actually is a great example to people. It's like if you can stand up in a little space you're in, you can do a version of this exercise. And particularly with the vision of the flower blooming under your heel as you step up is you don't need to be going great distances in order for that to happen.
Yeah.
You can do it in a very small space, and you can walk back and forth. There are I think being creative and adapting any of these practices or ideas to where you are at the time you find yourself doing it is very very important.
Yeah. Sometimes I walk into the light as I'm falling asleep at night in order to give my dreams a dose of relaxation as I'm leaving for the night. Well, I just want to circle back as we close to one really important thing that I think Andy shared with us, which is resistance, revolution. It is about what are we doing in our own inner landscape and what are we radiating out into the field, and to actually connect with each other, with the earth, with anything that's right in our realm that needs love, whatever that is. Resistance, that is what we have available right now to us. And I know for me, Andy, you've always been that beacon of kindness and acceptance and unconditional support that has made it possible for me to keep bringing what Turning the Wheel brings to the earth. We need that connection and support from people who see us, who get us, You know, Kathleen Hendricks talks about all we really need is good attention. It's a deep human need. So thank you. Thank you for
Yeah.
today, and thank you for being who you are on the earth and being a serious revolutionary all through your life, through so many different avenues, whether it's humor or teaching or spiritual teaching or turning the wheel movement, or you're always there embracing the next possibility for opening a door. So thank
Well,
you.
and thank you for making this a regular practice. I really appreciate the commitment to doing a regular thing on Mondays. I think that the commitment of regularity is also another, well, because some of the moments can be planned, and when you show up for your practice and you know when it is, and you can build a structure, and there's great value in some versions of that routines, and spontaneity is one of those funny things, right, where you create containers in order to show up and be present, but that took some effort to build the container and find the moment. So
Thank you. I think we are container builders. I think that's what we're about. So,
oh yeah,
so
yeah,
thank you so much for that. And I look
you're
forward
welcome.
to our next intersection.
All right. Mwah. My
Thank
pleasure. Thanks
you.
Take care.
everybody.
Take care,
Bye. Have
everybody.
a great Monday.